I want to share with you a story of what happened to me many years ago. My first job was as a prison warder, and after I had gone through basic training, I ended up at the maximum security prison, where amongst others there was a prisoner that I looked after, and he was in there and he was to be executed for murder. He was later executed. He had killed another guy. He fell in love with this person's wife. Now this guy was not your typical murderer. He was a soft-spoken guy, very well kept. But his lust had got the hold of him. He met the other person's wife, and they got into an affair, and the end of it was that him and this person's wife conspired, and he shot this other guy while he was sleeping. It ended tragically. His lust had killed him, but it made such a vast impression on me, because actually this was a very nice guy, but he was caught by Satan. And that is how Satan catches us, when we allow lust to get a hold of us. And then that causes sin, which causes harm, which causes death. The wages of sin is death. And if we allow lust to get a hold of us, it will kill us. The desire of the eye takes us where we don't want to go. And in the end, we went further than we wanted to go, and we can't get back. I looked after this guy, and he spoke to me, and he told me that this woman was so irresistible. And eventually, she talked him into shooting her husband one night while he was asleep. Tragic. We should not even go there. We should not even allow ourselves to be drawn into anything that can cause us to sin. We've got to run from it. The problem is we think that we're not going to get caught. We think it happens to other people. Until the trap closes on you, and you know, it's too late, I've been caught. We should stay away totally. The reason why people get caught in lust is because they allow themselves to go there. If you don't allow yourself to go there, you will not go there. But people play around with it. They go to the internet pages where they shouldn't go. They watch those movies they shouldn't watch. They watch the magazines, or they read the magazines, page through magazines. They let their eyes wander where they shouldn't. It's not only sexual. It's also other things. Buying stuff, getting yourself indebted to the extent where you kill yourself because you got lust. You got to have it. You just got to have it. You cannot live without it. And it burns you. And in the end you give in to sin, and then that sin kills you. In our time it's much more difficult because there are so many things that lure us, so many temptations. It's right in your house, it's right in front of you. You don't need to go out to look for it. You switch on your computer, and in the sidebar the temptation lurks. And the worst of all, you switch on the television and you've got no control, because it just keeps on rolling. The problem is we allow ourselves to go there. And once that lust has come into your eyes, it conceives, it starts growing inside of you. And then it starts working on you, and you build up a passion for it. And that drives you until you do what you didn't want to do. You indebt yourself much more than you wanted to. You commit sin that you didn't want to do. And ultimately, you're going to end up in hell because you did things that you didn't want to do. And the wages of sin is death. If you don't take the first drink, you won't take the second. If you don't smoke the first cigarette, you won't smoke the second one. If you don't look where you shouldn't look, you won't go where you didn't want to go. We got to guard our hearts above all things and make straight paths for our feet, or else we'll get caught. And in the end, we're going to suffer. We're going to be a fool. Satan's going to take you further than you wanted to go. And it's going to be too late for tears. You're going to be crying your heart out. There's nothing you can do about it. Many people in hell today. Many people in hell. Many. Billions. If they just did not watch that rubbish on the TV, if they did not give in to that temptation, if they did not allow lust to get a hold of them, that's how Satan gets us. You got to run, my friend. We got to run and keep our eyes on Jesus. As long as we keep our eyes on Jesus, He keeps our feet out of trouble. And if we try and get sin out of our lives, we can't just get it out because we're concentrating on the wrong thing. We got to focus on Jesus and on pleasing Him. And while you keep your eyes on Jesus, you don't have time to think of sin, to look at wrong things. Just get rid of everything that distracts you, because it's going to take you where you didn't want to go. Want to go to heaven? Want to please Jesus? Remove everything that can distract you. Make it easy on yourself. And then become proactive. Do what Jesus wanted you to do. Follow Him. Obey Him. Testify for Him. Run away from sin, but follow Jesus Christ with all your heart. Spend time in His presence, and His Holy Spirit will guide you, and He will fill you with His love, put His mind in you, and you will overcome sin and you will overcome temptation. And you won't be a sinner. You'll be a follower of Jesus Christ and an overcomer. You don't need to be bound in sin, but don't allow it. Just don't go there. Don't allow it in your mind. Don't allow it in your house. Don't allow it anywhere close to you. Just keep away from it. Run. Run to Jesus. Jesus bless you.